Welcome back. Let's go ahead and hop into the first article for the day. Hackers demand $1 million for Nvidia light hash rate bypass, still threatening to leak the source code. Now, we have talked about the hack, their threat of releasing it if Nvidia doesn't release it themselves. Now it seems like we're getting a little more to the story. We're talking about $1 million for this light hash rate bypass. Are they asking other people? Are they asking Nvidia? Will they keep it secret? Let's go ahead and dive into the article and find out. It's coming from WCCF Tech and written by Jason Wilson. For the last 5 days, Nvidia has been under attack by the South American hacking group Lapsus, which declares confidential details about Nvidia's light hash rate cryptocurrency mining limiter, the company's GeForce RTX 30 series graphics card. There we go. That sentence was a little rough. The group formally stated it would provide access to the software and firmware data that fosters light hash rate. The group says that unless Nvidia pays upwards of $1 million, they will sell the software bypass tool to the highest bidder. This was initially reported by the online tech news site PC Magazine. Nvidia light hash rate lessens mining capabilities by as much as 50%. The new bypass by Lapsus would remove the limiter from Ethereum mining performance, allowing full use of the graphics card technology to boost Ethereum mining. Whereas this is great news for crypto mining users, the primary basis for initiating the light hash rate was to lessen the popularity of the company's GeForce RTX 30 graphics card to the crypto mining community, allowing for more stockpile to be sold for gamers and enthusiasts alike. However, with GPU-based Ethereum mining still prevailing in the current marketplace, the company's GeForce RTX 30 reserves stay stagnant. Some select GeForce RTX 30 graphics cards continue to sell for double their initial MSRP on eBay and others. This practice is even with GPU prices dropping since earlier this year. Here's the post. It says, Lapsus, the only real way to buy our light hash rate bypass is to DM us on Telegram. We don't have any other socials. Reply to one of admin message to discuss about minimum price 1 million USD and percentage of fee. Wow, that's a lot. This is the effing flashless way. When the source code will be leaked, if Nvidia don't listen to us, you will be able to make your own firmware, but we won't be responsible for any problems. Flash is always risky, and as we said, we won't give pre-built firmwares, but you will have the source code. Ask us questions if you want. That's really obviously, not very good English. It's hard to read through that. There are plenty of tools to help increase the hash rate by slightly bypassing the light hash rate of the graphics card for certain Ampere cards. The current ransom price of $1 million for the light hash rate bypass tool seems minuscule at the moment. So in turn, Nvidia would probably not activate some measures to appease the hacking group and pay the asking amount to unlock their card's hash rate capability fully. I mean, you have to have a large enough farm of light hash rate GPUs to actually pay this off before Ethereum moves to proof of stake, theoretically, right? That's kind of the deal. Nvidia has until Friday to respond, or Lapsus will release the complete silicon graphics and computer chipset files for all recent Nvidia GPUs, including the RTX 3090 Ti and upcoming revisions. With this methodology, Lapsus has increased the demands from Nvidia by forcing the company to offer their drivers for open source ability on every platform available currently and into the future, similar to AMD's current practice of transparency with their graphics drivers. I mean, not all bad. As far as like a bad thing doesn't always have to result in bad things. This could result in some very good things for the GPU market in general. I think as far as like open source, I've always been very pro open source. I don't think that going about it the way of forcing a company to do it is necessarily the right way to do it. But like I said, a bad thing doesn't necessarily always result in bad things. I mean, for the company, sure. But the current proof of stake also affects the prestige of graphics cards for Ethereum mining. caused by the upcoming transition to Ethereum 2.0, nicknamed the merge later this year. So miners would have a limited window to make back their $1 million outlay to Lapsus given the rough seas ahead for Ethereum mining. Lapsus is continuing the group's threats to Nvidia by claiming to release the source code for the Nvidia deep learning super sampling technology. And that would be a big one, by the way, found in their graphics card technology. The group makes these continued claims from the speculated 1 terabyte of data hacked from Nvidia, covering undisclosed information, covering upcoming Ada, Blackwell, and Hopper graphics card technologies. Nvidia stated that the company is aware of a cybersecurity incident which impacted IT resources, and we are aware that the threat actor took employee credentials and some Nvidia proprietary information from our systems and has begun leaking it online. Our team is working on analyzing that information. We do not anticipate any disruption to our business or ability to serve our customers as a result of the incident. We have less than 48 hours to see what will happen to Nvidia and the hacker group Lapsus. I mean, they could go on for longer than 48 hours if they start negotiations. This is pretty common with any type of hack. So part of my previous work as a cloud solution specialist was, of course, helping manage and recover from basically ransomware attacks, not dissimilar from this. Usually there were backups, you recovered the backups, and then you went through and you had some sort of conversation with the hacking group about what information they had and if you actually wanted to pay them to keep that information secure, and etc. And there are regulations surrounding this as far as from governing bodies and so on about what information can't get out and what information can. And if Nvidia is at the point to where there's no private employee information outside of the credentials just specifically for their systems, then they may not have to do anything from a regulation standpoint. And at this point, it's just a negotiation between them and what information they don't want to be released and so on. Now, as far as the light hash rate technology stuff goes and releasing that, Nvidia might be thinking, well, we don't really care at this point. We're close enough to Ethereum mining being over. Go ahead and let it fly, and we'll figure out some sort of new hash rate locks that apply to multiple algorithms, possibly, right? There are big points here that would be, I think, important for them to take a look at would, of course, be the drivers, specifically drivers for future generation GPUs like Ada Lovelace, etc., for fear of Intel and AMD as competitors getting a hold of basically what could be technology that would help them catch up or surpass Nvidia in market share. And that's where, you know, those negotiations are probably going to go on a little bit longer. The goal of typically the hackers in this case is to force a short decision, a very quick decision, so that they can get in and out as quickly as possible. And typically the goal for the company is to lengthen out that decision process as far as possible. So not only do they have a chance of obtaining more information about who the hackers are and filing, of course, legal proceedings against them, but also just so that they can have enough time to actually fully analyze the data that was leaked. This is how it's gone pretty much every single time on any kind of internal communications that I've been a part of in the past surrounding these types of attacks, and especially in regard to information. So if you guys aren't aware of how that process goes, this isn't abnormal at all. This is actually pretty common, very common across the board for large companies that get basically compromised. So there you go. Hope that catches you guys up on there. From our perspective as miners, what are we hoping for? I mean, sort of hoping for, right, some sort of light hash rate 100% unlock. That would be cool. You're going to have to be very careful because since everybody knows this is the threat and potentially out there, there is a potential for bad actors to inject some sort of fake malware into a fake flashing hack and so on, not dissimilar to what we saw earlier this month or last month in February with the 100% unlock that basically chump change and all those guys had talked about and found the viruses on and so on, and that we had talked about on this channel to be careful with. That can happen again right now, and it's kind of perfect time for striking. It would have been a lot better, I think, for the original malware to have been released during this time frame. I bet he's kicking himself like, dang, I could have gotten people on that if I would have waited a couple more weeks. That's what I would be thinking if I was him. So it's pretty funny. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Morning Show every Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. Pacific and 10:45 a.m. Eastern Time. You can check out more clips here, or if you're interested in checking out the entire live show, you can check that out down here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.